Welcome to episode 4, a flashback edition of Uncle Sam's Fi Homebrew. Got a lot of great material. In particular, some stuff that got sent in to me from John Green, from Chad Austin, and from Jason Davis. A lot of this stuff came off of SoundCloud, so I'm not going to be pimping Bandcamp as much this time. This particular cut that I'm getting ready to crank things up with is a recording group I was a part of from 1992 until 2003. It's Vagrant's Garden, Family Tree, on Uncle Sam's Hi-Fi Homebrew.
Nostalgia is a scary thing when it happens.
Family Tree by Vagrant's Garden on Uncle Sam's Hi-Fi Homebrew. Vagrant's Garden was Terry DePaul on drums, Scott Schufert on keyboards, guitar, and background vocals, and me on bass and vocals. I wrote this song originally when I was in a group with Ken Yeager and Charlie Smith back in the late 1980s, but never got a chance to record it. The group that I was in with those guys was incredibly influenced because of the Jones. Jones was Mike Church, Chris Church, and John Green. They had a very profound influence on me and may have been my favorite band, especially back then, to have ever come out of this area. Here's the Jones from You Don't Said. Everybody's on vacation. That's the Jones. Rock bands come, rock bands go. You're lucky to have been around while they were doing their thing and doing their thing well together. Thing about these guys, though, they kept on doing their thing well apart from one another. Here's King Size Canaries. It's not like anyone. King Size Canaries on Uncle Sam's Hi-Fi Homebrew, featuring John from the Jones, along with Nate, Sid, and my good buddy Ken, who I happened to be in a band with around the same time all these things were going on. Unfortunately, we never got anything recorded. It's a regret. Really, it is. We had something cool. Speaking of something cool, Chris and Mike hooked up with Scott Cornett, and those guys formed Flat Earth. Check it out on Uncle Sam's Hi-Fi Homebrew.
Trembling like leaves upon something. I remember airwaves crackle, static building up, the station starts to fade. Turn it on again, turn it on again, turn it on again, turn it on again. Every time I feel you in my room, the weight of the walls reveals a sense of doom. Every time I stumble out of bed, my brain is pounding with the words you said. You said, lay me down, come to me, shut my mind, I can see you. The radio is playing something. I remember music floating through the night. I remember you. Every time I remember you. Every time I remember you.
Lord God, there's some drumming on that. The late, great Mike Church, along with his brother Chris and Scott Cornett. That's Flat Earth with Every Time from, and I think I'm pronouncing this right, Prefaceopus, I guess. Never got a chance to jam with Mike, but I like the guy a lot. Probably my clearest memory, aside from always seeing him at Rush shows, was when we were in high school together and we got in a gross out contest in our biology class. The guy ate a grasshopper, so he won. I want to dedicate this podcast to the memory of Mike Church, to the memory of John Moore from Pound Sign 6, to the memory of my good friend and mentor Jamie Shue from Triple Threat. Dave from Sticky is also no longer with us, nor is Ziggy Sigler, great guitar player and producer that I worked with from 1988 until about 1993 or so. Ziggy and I were in a recording group along with our exes, Lori and Kim, called Side 3. We got a little bit of airplay with this cut on WXRC's local licks, and we were tickled to death to hear ourselves on the radio for the first time. This is Dear Alice.
Please
Hookid Voodoo from 1989 on Uncle Sam's Hi-Fi Homebrew. Hookid Voodoo was formed in 1988 by Michael Kramer, Joe Medlin, and John Zimmerman. Chris Berry eventually came in and played bass for them, and Sidney Collins came in to do lead vocals and keys. Later, my friend Angie Farmer was the band's lead vocalist. They played in all those great Hickory spots that allowed local music, like 10 years after in the First Avenue Club. There was also a place called MacArthur's, where I saw these guys. My friend Chad sent this down from his Lady Dancing Records label. This is 9 Days Wonder with Muse. 9 Days Wonder with Muse on Uncle Sam's Hi-Fi Homebrew. 9 Days Wonder was James McElroy, Jim Bolt, Billy Jones, Eric Ellsworth, Chad Austin, and there was a guest background vocal on there by my buddy Kurt Benfield. As far as I know, all of these guys are still playing. Most of them still playing live. Kurt Benfield is out every weekend with Mama's Remedy. Billy Jones, he's the drummer in both Bad Romeo and Throwdown Jones. Jim Bolt, he's out with Preacher Stone, touring all over the planet sometimes. Very successful with things. And Chad Austin, aside from having his own media group and his own record label, has been performing with The Logic in the Hickory area for 2 decades at least now. Go check out all these guys. I want to thank them a lot for letting me use the music here. Sticking to Hickory, here's #6, Fish Camp on Uncle Sam's Hi-Fi Homebrew.
I'm driving slow, 'cause I'm going to the fish camp. I'm driving slow, 'cause I'm going to the fish camp. Slow, 'cause I'm 200 years old. I'm driving slow, 'cause I'm 200 years old. Slow, 'cause I'm going to the fish camp. I'm driving slow, 'cause I'm 200 years old. I'm driving slow, 'cause you got somewhere to go. I'm driving slow, and I'm going to the fish camp.
#6 Fish Camp on Uncle Sam's Hi-Fi Homebrew. That's the late John Moore, Willie Alex Floyd, and guitarist extraordinaire and good buddy of mine, Robert Floyd, on that one. We're gonna take a break from the Hickory scene now and drive up the mountain and get into Boone from the 1990s. There's a great page, 1990s Boone Rock, on Facebook that you should check out. This is Sticky with The Probability on Uncle Sam's Hi-Fi Homebrew.
I should have listened to you, running around in a circle, falling over my head. If you had been there too, provide the damage control for all the things that I said. I wouldn't have gotten that bottle broken over my head. All the weight would be lifted, I could see straight again.
Man, I love that so much. Sticky. Went to see him one time up at an old former post office in Lenore that Greg Matheson was running. It was called Dock 1002 or something like that. And I was absolutely blown away. I had no idea what a good guitar player and vocalist John Hawkins was because I knew him as a drummer. The other guys in the band, no slouches either. Dave Austin on the bass, John Leeds killing the drums, and Chip Taylor great on vocals and guitar too. A few months back, I did this rock and roll family tree for myself, and everything came back down to two bands. It was the Jones and Crossfire. Though not a member of the Jones, I was a member of Crossfire with Scott Everhart and John Hawkins, who were both members of Junkflower, with Chris Church from the Jones, Jimmy Robinson, and my good friend Joey Dixon. Here's Maizee.
Like my
Well, I've never done that before, and I don't want to do it now.
Well, why don't you want to do it?
I'd rather not. There's no reason. I'd just rather not.
Man, I want to thank everybody for contributing to this flashback episode of Uncle Sam's Hi-Fi Homebrew. We're going to roll down the mountain from Boone down 181 to Jonas Ridge now. Jonas Ridge kind of rose like a phoenix from the ashes of Copperhead, who was one of the most successful bands ever to come out of Western North Carolina. My good friend Jason Davis hooked me up with this. This is Jonas Ridge from 1999. Revolution. See you next week.
In a town without a savior, singing for a sign, questioning the future, a fleeting sound benign, waiting for the mantra, floating far away. The past is in the answer, finding what to say. With the one you left behind, could call it genocide. It's time you got off of your knees. That's not the reason you are being. Seek the meaning of the search, implore the efficient taste on everything and wanting more.